Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Nerds and a Podcast. And today we're just doing a little chit chat,
Yeah.
little chitty chat, just kind of updating you on what we've been enjoying, what we're looking forward to. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up
Oh my
in the
gosh,
next few months.
yes. So excited. This summer is going to be amazing.
Yeah, this summer is going to be between like TV and events and just things happening. It's going to
Yeah.
be our year anniversary is coming up.
I still can't believe that. I can't
I
believe
know.
it's been almost a year.
I know. It's quite insane actually that we've been doing this every week for a year.
I was about to
Mind
say
you,
the fact that we've been consistent for a
yeah,
year.
is pretty phenomenal. So
Yeah, I can't believe it. We did it, Casey. We've
we
made
did
it.
it. We did it. We did it. I think when we hit a year, we're like officially like our job title changes to
Yeah,
podcasters,
we're
right? Yeah.
officially podcasters, especially because it seems like a lot of people that like other podcasters that we've talked to via like Instagram and stuff, they're all like, you haven't even been doing this a year? And we're like, no. Why?
No.
Does it seem like we've been doing this for a year? Because great.
Yeah, that's great because we have no idea what's going on at any given moment, at any
Yeah,
given
we're
time.
just flying by the seat of our pants, no structure. No, I mean, like most of the time we have a general topic, but it's not like we're not scripted in any way, or we're just like, you want to talk about this today? Sure. Like literally right as we hit record, we're like, what are we
Yeah.
talking about?
And then we just rattle off everything inside of our brains, and
Yeah.
that's our podcast,
Yeah.
and it's fun. And yeah, so I want to say first off, I know we've talked about this in previous episodes, but the thing I am I think most excited for is The Boys. I literally,
Yeah.
after they released that trailer, I was like, I'm ready. My body is ready.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, give it to me
Oh
now.
man, yeah. I didn't think I could be in love with another Jeffrey Dean Morgan character who is definitely not good for anybody. But I will be in love with whoever his character is, just from the like 2-second preview in the freaking advertisement for The Boys.
Oh, yeah, that trailer was. And then, like, at the end, when, like, Homelander's laughing, I was like, that gave me the chills. Like,
Oh
oh, it's gonna be
man.
so good.
Yeah. It's oh my gosh. Actually, speaking of Homelander, hold on. Let me pop it up. So I don't know if anybody else browses Pinterest on the daily,
I
but
do.
my Pinterest be wild, okay? Especially now that I'm like into anime stuff. I mean, it's just like off the rails, right? And I saw this thing. I'm trying to think if I even saved it because I'm not seeing it, but it was like a Homelander meme. Oh no, I don't know if I saved it. But you know how people always talk about like their like moon rising and sun, like their astrological mumbo
Your birth
jumbo.
chart, yeah.
Yeah, but it was Homelander, so it was like bitch rising and like stuff like that. And I was just like, this is amazing. And I'm so mad because I don't think I saved it. Oh, but
Accurate, though.
I am excited to see Homelander become even more unhinged than he
Yeah.
was before. Oh yeah, here it is. I found it. It says C word sun, whore moon, and bitch rising for
That is
Homelander. And I was
that is
like,
pretty accurate.
yeah, it's Homelander to the T for sure.
Oh, God, like he's so awful and just so fun to watch
Oh my gosh,
because
yeah.
I'm just like, how can you get worse? And then he just does. It's crazy. I
Yeah,
don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited. And we are going to be having lots of boys content coming out. So
absolutely.
it's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's just going to be madness. I
Yeah.
honestly I have no idea what to expect from this coming season because like you had Jensen last season reunited with Eric Kripke, who's the creator of Supernatural, and that was just a whole like everything just blown wide open, blown to pieces, and you're just like, so the fact that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be in this picture this time with Eric Kripke, I'm like, oh man, like my
Yeah.
body is ready, but also not ready.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're gonna make it even crazier this season, but
And you
I'm
know
here
there's
for
going to
it.
be more blood, there's going to be more violence. It's just, and
Probably
then
lots of nudity as per,
yeah,
per
like
usual.
I wonder what unhinged set piece they're building this time, because last season it was the freaking tip of a dude's ding dong. And then in Gen V, it was a freaking giant ding dong that she got to ride on. And I'm just like, what are we building? Who is building it?
What are
Why are we
we
building it?
Yeah, what are we gonna be building this time? They just always just it's always they always level up each season, I feel like. So I'm very excited to see what they decide to do in this
Yeah.
season and how
Yeah.
they decide to go about things, especially like with Homelander and his kid. I'm like, that's gonna like
Homelander
that
and
shit's gonna get
children is
crazy.
dangerous.
That is so scary. The fact that he
That's
has an
so
offspring is
scary.
so scary.
That, and then like now the offspring has decided that Billy has like stabbed him in the back and absolutely not, and so now he's on quote unquote Homelander's side,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
it's not gonna be good.
he's supposed to be a sweet little baby, and now he's just gonna be a sweet little murder machine.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
with
gonna be
that
rough,
dead
but
smile that he inherited from his father. My
yeah,
gosh.
because Homelander is there's just nothing. It's just dead behind those eyes.
It's like
It's
a
so
shark.
scary.
No
Yeah.
emotions.
Oh man. But that's what I'm excited for. Are you? Is there things besides the boys? Obviously, we know you're excited for that.
Yes, I'm also very excited, which is actually, I believe, happening the end of this week, is the new season of Bridgerton. I'm so excited.
I've never seen
Um,
that show.
you
How many
need
seasons
to,
are there?
it's right now it's 2, but season
Oh, okay.
3 is going to be premiering. It's amazing. I have always loved romance, everything and anything, and if you give me something period piece like Chef's Kiss, the costuming in this show, especially for being just like a Netflix only show,
Hmm.
absolutely stunning. Like the costume designers and makers for this show, like Chef Kiss, you guys are
Is that the one with all
literally,
the like fancy dresses and stuff that I always like see?
yes.
Oh, okay, all right. I think
Yes.
I've never seen it, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like everywhere, especially cuz like it each season kind of centers around one of the Bridgerton family members and whoever their soon to be love interest is. So now that we're going to be 3 seasons in, we're actually playing with characters who have not really had a love interest at all these first 2 seasons.
Oh,
Yeah, and so I'm super excited for, and the only thing I'm not excited for is they're doing the whole like part A,
yeah.
part B
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I'm like, that's lame. I hate when shows do that cuz at this point we're going back to just regular TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that wasn't the point of a streaming service, but also why am I paying so much for a streaming service? Just for you to split my TV shows up into 2 parts?
Yeah, it's and because it's like you have to like they make you have to pay for it. They're
Yeah.
like you want to watch it that you got to pay for it. Like it's streaming services are so insane with like because obviously every single, like every streaming service has their own exclusives and blah blah blah. It's like
Mhm.
the same as like just getting cable.
Yeah. And the one thing I actually, which Casey won't relate, but I you won't. I like collecting my favorite shows on disc.
Yeah.
So
You like yes, you do.
I like the physical media. I like having the box set, and the downfall of a streaming service is because it quote unquote will always be available on this streaming service. So
Mm-hmm. So
they
they won't
don't
ever
really
yeah.
put it onto DVDs. And I'm
Mhm.
like, ugh. Like, because the one thing that made me incredibly upset with Netflix, like this was like 4 years ago. So ever since like the idea of Netflix, the BBC version of Sherlock has been available on Netflix the entire time.
Mhm.
Well, like a few years back, I was going to show my friend the brilliantness of the BBC Sherlock because it's an amazing show. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? Go watch it. Um, it's not available on Netflix anymore. I went to show her and it was not available on Netflix. And I was like, absolutely not. So I don't think it's on DVD either. So I actually had to buy it off Vudu, which again, at any point in time, Voodoo can go belly up, and then I won't have any of my
Mhm.
digital library available, which I also don't like. That was the only thing I liked about buying movies off of iTunes was because you could download them and like put them on hard drives and stuff like
Mhm.
that, so
And
you'd always
have them
have them.
forever. Yeah.
You can't do that with things like Voodoo
Right,
and
because you log
Amazon
into it.
Video, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
It also
um,
just makes me so mad that, like, okay, like, when streaming services like, I get it because, contracts and blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, but, like, I'm like, "Oh, I wanna watch this." It's probably on Netflix, and then it's not, and then I'm like, "Okay, so what streaming service is it on?" Like, what
None.
streaming
It's
service?
on
Because I
none.
have, like, pretty much all of them. Yeah, and then when it's on none of them,
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the hell? Where am I gonna
Yeah,
find this?"
you know what's weird is because I actually did that. I remember. So this was in the FNAF phase of last year, right? Josh Hutcherson became the like prime focus of my attention, and I was like, I know he was in a Hulu series that I had never seen because when it came out, I didn't have Hulu. And
Mhm,
I wasn't gonna pay at that point. They were already making you like lock in for a year, and I was like, yeah, no, because there was like nothing on Hulu at that point. And so I was like, oh, I have Hulu now, so I'll just go watch it. It's not available on Hulu, and it's a Hulu original series. Why is it
Oh,
not
you
on
love that.
Hulu?
Don't you love that? Don't you
Yeah,
love that?
I'm like, what the heck? And then I also love because like everybody was making their own streaming service, right?
Mhm.
And then they realized that one, people didn't want to pay for all the streaming services because then you're paying the same price as regular TV.
Yeah.
But then also, I especially for places that had contracts with like Netflix in particular, like Warner and Universal realized that they couldn't put that stuff on their own streaming services because they had contracts to honor, so they were just
Mhm.
losing money everywhere. The original series, I feel like you should always have available on your streaming service.
Yeah, especially if it's, like, an original, because like,
Yeah,
where else am I gonna find it?
exactly. That's like
Answer me that.
it's like Amazon taking off The Boys. Like,
Yeah.
where else am I going to watch it?
I
Nowhere.
would
That's
riot. I would
where.
go down to the Amazon Videos headquarters, and I would stand out there with the sign, and I would
It's
not leave until they brought it back.
Get ready that they probably throw some DVDs at you and you'd be like, "No, that's not what I wanted. But I'll
They're
give
just
these to Jamie. It's fine."
Jamie will enjoy them. I'm a digital girly,
Yeah.
okay? I'm too unorganized for that shit, okay?
Yeah. But yes, I'm also excited for House of the Dragon season
Mhm.
2. Again, HBO just goes, especially with anything Game of Thrones related, their technology that they use, their costume design, and their casting, impeccable. Like, I'm so excited to see it get real messy this season. Because I thought last season was messy. Ooh, the family drama. Mm-mm.
I still need to watch House of Dragons. Oh.
Casey, get it together.
I know there's so much I need to. I like my coworker every time he comes in, he's like, "Did you catch up on this anime?" And I'm like, no. Like I either binge 1,000 things or I watch absolutely nothing ever.
Yes.
And I need to start watching stuff because like a bunch of my animes have come out. Like Demon Slayer came out back
Oh.
today,
Uh
so
huh.
I need to catch up. I need to watch that. And one of my all-time favorite animes, Konosuba, has been releasing episodes weekly, so I need to watch that. But for anime, like, even though I am a big ol' weeb, I watch anime in sub.
Uh-huh. So you have to sit there and read.
And I have to be in the mood to, like, focus, because
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
I have to, like, put my phone down, I have to, like, not, because otherwise I'm like, I don't
You miss
I
it.
don't yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're
You miss.
saying.
Yeah.
So I just have to be, like, in a mood for it, and I just haven't been lately, but I need to. I do wanna watch Demon Slayer, and one of my all-time favorite anime,
Mhm.
which is Haikyuu.
Mhm.
The movie comes out at the end of this month in America, and I'm so excited.
Yes.
I've been waiting for so long, and I love a good old high school volleyball game.
Says the one who used to play high school volleyball.
Uh,
Oh, speaking of anime, when I was on, I'm trying to think where to start this story. So, I film with Wyatt, right, for his stuff for his channel, and he likes to do a lot of like TV show kind of review stuff with us as a group. So there's
mhm.
normally at least like 3 to 5 of us. And he's been trying to force us to get through the live action Avatar series that Netflix put out, which is garbage.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
we're only, are we like 4 or 5 episodes in? And I think the season's 8 episodes. It's trash. But every time we try to get together to like film this reaction, either somebody can't make it, and Wyatt is determined to have us all in it the whole time. So either one of us can't make it, or like something goes wrong, like the Wi-Fi is really bad, or something is just like jacked up that we can't film. So instead of watching that, because it was me, Ben, Wyatt, and Joe. So 4 out of the 5 of us could make it. But Ben was like, we should watch Shangri-La Frontier. And I was like, I don't know what that is. You're gonna
Is that
have
the
to like,
Japanese, like, samurai one?
it's about like this. Well, right now it's about like a guy who plays like, this is supposed to be like set in the future where like the main way to play video games is VR, but he only
Mhm.
plays like really like trash VR, right? Like the old stuff that just doesn't run very well or isn't like very good, but it's a lot of fun. And so like that's where we find him first, and then he actually decides to start playing what they've deemed a god tier VR game, which is like the newest VR game with the newest technology, the most players playing at the same time. We watched one episode and it was actually really interesting. So I'm excited to continue that.
And are you guys just ending the, Avatar, or are you gonna keep
I
doing
wish
that?
we would. I wish we all literally. Okay, so we do this over Discord, right? The chat with all of us in it is called, it changes, but I believe currently it's the Avatar Hell chat is what it's called. Let me double check. It might have changed. Every once in a while one of us will change the name, and I'm just like, it gets like more and more accurate every time.
Oh god, that's amazing.
But yeah, so when we're like messaging to say like, oh, I'm free these days, or are we gonna try and film or whatever, like the other day I was supposed to work, I think it was a Friday, but then my schedule got switched, and so I was actually off on Friday. So I texted the group chat saying, actually my work schedule changed, so I'm available Friday for torture. And so this is
For
just how,
torture.
yeah, it's just, that's how we talk about it. We're just like, are we doing torture today? We're like, no.
We
And
gonna
then
torture
like,
ourselves?
and then when we all collectively say that we're free, one of us will always go, no, I don't want
No.
to. Don't make me do it.
Oh, that's I haven't seen it, but I've heard terrible things about it.
It's, if you even liked the original Avatar series from Nickelodeon,
Mhm.
you will hate the live action.
See, I don't know why. Okay, it's either like some of these companies and some of these they that do the live action, you either get it's either top tier, so good, or like
Mhm.
the worst piece of media to exist.
Yeah.
Like
The
there's no
only
in
one
between.
the only one, at least in my opinion, that has ever been middle of the road is the One Piece live action. And
Mhm.
here's the thing: when I watched through it I've seen it more than once. When I watched through it the first time, I had no One Piece experience. I didn't know who any of these characters were. I didn't know any of their personalities. I didn't know any of the story. The only thing I knew was that the main guy's name was Luffy.
Yeah.
That was my knowledge, and that the show was called One Piece, and that we still don't know what the One Piece is.
And it's very, very long. Thousands and
Yes,
thousands and thousands of episodes.
yes, and I knew it was an anime, but that's about it. So we watched through that, but then I started watching One Piece, and I'm proud to say I'm like 250 episodes in. So
Wow,
hoorah
you're
for me!
like
Like a
a
30-second of the way there. Like I haven't even scratched the surface. But to be fair,
that
like
makes me
I've
want to
been
die.
yeah, I have been through like a few like arcs. So like when I
Mhm.
talk to other weebs about One Piece, I can tell them, yeah, I've seen, Skypiea and like this is where I'm at, and they're like, "Oh," and like they understand what I'm
Mhm.
talking. It's very exciting. It's like speaking a different language and then people understanding you. It's great. Um but so I've watched through, I would say, a good majority of what was included in the live action. And is it faithful to the anime? Eh. But like I feel like the casting for the live action was so on point. Like I feel like their casting, in my opinion, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I feel like that's the only reason that it's kind of like it's not the worst thing to exist, but it's also not top tier. Like the only reason it would be top
Mhm.
tier is because it's One Piece.
Yeah.
Like not because they did something good besides casting, but literally just because it's the live adaptation of a top tier show.
Yeah. Also, speaking of live actions, I heard
Yes.
that. I mean, I haven't seen Fallout. I played Fallout a long time
Mm-hmm.
ago. Um, I
It's
haven't watched
good.
it yet, but I've heard very good things about it, and
Yeah.
that is like what I like to see. I like to see like The Last of Us. Like
Yeah.
The Last of Us. They change things? Yes. Did things get, was it the exact story? No, but it was so good and they followed enough of the main story to where it was like this makes sense. These
Yeah.
changes make sense.
They took like the core values of the game, the core,
Mhm.
like the super essential things that you can't cut out, and made sure they made it in there. But I feel like, especially with The Last of Us in particular, I have never played any of the Fallout games, so I'm not, I can't have an opinion because I don't know. But
Mhm.
visually and story wise, Fallout is amazing. But anyways, Last of Us, I feel like the stuff they added was stuff that either people had voiced about wanting to know more about, or I feel like somebody somewhere, probably a poor little intern, had to do a good like Tumblr and AO3 search to see what kind of stories people were writing that supplemented into the Last of Us universe, and realized that like they wanted more of Bill and they wanted more like emotional things,
Right. Mhm.
and not just like slapping it all together and being like, it's fine. It's like, actually, it's not. The one thing I will say about Fallout in particular is it does not try to hide the fact that it's based on a video game. Like, it
Yeah.
embraces
Mhm.
the video gameness about this story,
Which
which
is
is
good.
good.
We like that. Mhm.
It's like when I imagine when an anime very much embraces the fact that it's from a manga. Like they're not
Yes.
trying to say that sorry this doesn't exist, only pay attention to the show. They're trying to celebrate the original source material.
Yes, I agree. I would love to see, like, I don't know how they would even do it, but I would love to see like the Kingdom Hearts franchise turned into like a TV or movie series.
That would be cool. I
Although
feel
I don't know
like
how they would do it.
I feel like though a lot of today, because a lot of, I mean, we have amazing technology for visual
Mhm.
effects and things like that, but I feel like that people forget that live action isn't always the perfect medium for bringing something into
Yeah.
life. Like
Mhm.
I know a lot of people always go cartoons are for kids, but like the medium of animation is really good for stuff like fantasy. I mean, they have the technology to make it look super realistic and make it look like real people without having it be actual live action.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Mhm.
that's especially for things that like um Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that are going to involve a lot of things that will look really goofy on screen.
Like
I feel
Goofy.
like goofy. I feel like animate like an animated series or movie would do that
Mhm.
so much more justice than a live action one.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that into some sort of like media other than video games, but I am still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4. I think it was announced 4 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that.
Something like that, something
And
crazy.
I was like, yeah, I think it was like 4 years ago they announced Kingdom Hearts 4, which is very much like them to do that because I think Kingdom Hearts 3 took 10 years between
Yeah,
2 and 3.
yeah,
So I'm like, I just don't, but don't do that to me. Like, don't. Don't get
yeah.
me excited
Don't
and then
make
be
empty
like, see you in
promises.
10 years. Yeah. See you in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like recently, what was it I think it was Mappa Animation Studios just
Mhm.
announced that they are no longer continuing to like pursue the Ice Adolescence project.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is the worst day of my life, okay? Because did I think it was ever gonna happen? No. But was there just like a little tiny glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel? Yes. And then they just took it and crushed it. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'm just gonna be sad. And if you didn't know, Ice Adolescence is supposed to be the prequel to Yuri on Ice.
Oh.
Hmm.
Was it Yuri on Ice supposed to have a movie too?
Yeah, so
And they
that's the what's
canceled
that
that?
that's what the yeah, that's what the Ice Adolescence
Ah.
is. It's
Okay,
supposed to be
okay.
like Victor, like one of the main characters, his like upbringing into like figure skating,
Uh-huh.
and it was going to show him all young with his long hair and beautiful. I love Victor. And then they were like, no more. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'm just going
Like, how
to end
dare
things.
you?
Oh, I love Yuri on Ice. It's so good.
That was one of the ones, with the growing list of animes that I want to watch. That one in particular because I used to follow a couple of that lived in Japan that did vlogs and stuff like that with some other YouTubers that I really like from the UK. But she in particular always talked about Yuri on Ice, and I'm like, I need to watch this because it sounds amazing.
It's very cute. It's very sweet.
All I knew was ice skating, but all of the characters were really pretty when I'd see them
yeah.
in like Hot Topic and stuff. So I'm like, I should watch this.
The thing with anime, okay, I was like a hater before because so like especially with Haikyuu, I was like, I'm not watching a show about boys volleyball, because
You're like,
that sounds
absolutely not.
lame.
Boring.
And then I watched it and I was like, holy shit! I didn't think I could cry over a boys volleyball team. Like I remember watching one episode and like my heart was racing and I was like, this is okay. And then everybody that's like, I'm not watching that. I'm like, listen, I get it. I was you. I was a hater once too, but I changed my ways and it was for the better because it's so funny. It's so wholesome. And it's like, it's just a fun little sports anime. You got death, okay? Someone
Hmm.
dies in that, kinda, sorta. No spoilers. You got action, you got comedy, like you got it all. So check out Haikyuu if you haven't
Yeah, I
already.
feel like a lot of people, like especially like the YouTubers I follow and stuff, a lot of them are very much into sports anime, or a lot of them are into like cooking show
Mm-hmm.
anime, and I'm like, that's such a weird, but like when I think about it, especially for like cooking, like especially like Studio Ghibli stuff, I'm just like the food in those movies looks absolutely
Oh,
delicious. So,
absolutely.
because at first I was like, why would you want to watch an anime about a cooking show? That's kind of weird. But then you think about how good food looks in an anime styled art form, and you're like, yeah, I get it now. I
It
would
makes
also
sense.
want to watch the delicious food, but then it'd be so sad because if you ever try to make any of that in real life, it's not going to look like
It's
that.
not, yeah, and it's not going to be the
And you just
same.
be
So
sad.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge like sports anime fans. I think I've watched like a couple sports animes. But I like the, I like the other stuff. But Haikyuu and Yuri on Ice. I guess Yuri on Ice is considered a sports anime.
Yeah, it's competitive figure skating, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then there's another one that I watched called Skate the Infinity. That one, Jamie, you should watch because that one is so good. It's only like
Okay.
12 episodes. It's so cute and they're just little skateboarders and it's just so fun. It's so fun.
I love
I love
skateboarding
anime.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a blast. Anime is so fun. I need to watch Demon Slayer because that's like one of my favorite animes and they just came out with season 4
Hmm.
today. And I love it. I love if you know me in real life, you know that I have an insane crush on Tengen. Um it's the white hair, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I love
You're
him
his
so
what? Fifth
much.
wife? Are you
I'm
fifth
his
wife or
fourth wife.
fourth?
I'm his
There we
fourth
go.
wife. Yes. Yeah, my username used to be Tengen's fourth wife for like the longest time.
It's the only reason I know when she says that out loud what she means.
It's so funny because like okay, everybody gets me. So like when people see, because I'm very easy to shop for, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Okay, so people
I
will
think
get
so
me
too.
things that then they think of me. So like, and then I like put them. Sometimes I put them on my desk at work. So like right now, I just have this little like shrine on my desk of like all of my
Of
favorite
anime
things.
boys.
Yeah, so I have like Gojo, I have Tengen, I have Pochita on there. I've got some of the Demon Slayer
Pochita!
kids on there.
I love
My coworker
Pochita.
recently just gave me a baseball card of Shohei Otani,
I
so he's
saw
on
that.
my
I love that.
desk.
He's wearing the wrong uniform, but it's
Yes.
fine. Whatever.
I was like, my desk is just like a weird shrine of like all of like the things I love. But and then every time I come back to work for my day off, they're all
Rearranged.
discombobulated and yeah,
I love
they're
that
messed with.
Gojo was Gojo that was in the nativity scene, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for you and for Gojo. Gojo deserved to be
Yeah.
in that nativity scene. He is the baby Jesus.
Yeah, I took baby Jesus out and I replaced it with Gojo. I'll find that picture and post it because it's actually hilarious.
It's
I was
hilarious.
like, this is more fitting for this. They're like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, and
Oh.
since we're talking about anime, I know I'm gonna keep talking about freaking One Piece, but we've got new live action news, and
Oh
that
yeah?
potential. I'm assuming it's gonna be for this season because they're already casting and they haven't started filming yet. But we're gonna get Chopper. I know. I'm so excited. But we're also
What?
gonna get my favorite female character so far, which is Princess Vivi, which I'm super excited for. And she's potentially gonna be an Egyptian girl, so I'm super stoked.
Ooh.
Because so
I
Vivi has beautiful blue hair, which I hope they keep, because I'm be
Mhm.
mad if Vivi doesn't have beautiful teal blue hair. But I love Vivi, and she's the one. She rides a duck, like that is her mount of choice. I'm trying to think what of his name is because Wyatt says it all the time because Wyatt named one of his Final Fantasy characters after it, and I can't think of what his name is. But he's just like a big duck that she rides around, but he's literally the cutest duck ever. So I'm excited because that means like the Alabasta arc is going to come into play, and I love that I know these things.
You're like, I understand
I
now.
understand. And we're also gonna get Nico Robin, which I'm excited because apparently she's gonna be a Latina. So I'm like, and
Ooh.
Wyatt mentioned, is it Cami Mendez, Veronica from Riverdale? And I was like, I never even thought of her, but she'd literally be the perfect Nico Robin. But I
Oh
don't
my
know if
god.
she'd be considered too old because she's my age, I think. So she doesn't look my age, but she is my age. But she's played teenagers before, so maybe. But she'd be a really good Nico Robin.
I don't know any of those characters, but I know who Chopper is
Chopper!
because Chopper's cute.
Chopper! Tony Tony Chopper.
Cute. That's the only thing I know about One Piece.
And honestly, Chopper's the most. If you know who Chopper and Luffy are, you're fine.
Yeah, that's all I need to know.
But yeah, so I was very excited that they started kind of giving us little tidbits about what they're doing. So
Yes,
many
and then next time you come out,
possibilities.
or next time, when you come out here, we can go to the One Piece Cafe that
Yes!
just opened.
I keep seeing on Instagram like people's reels and stuff, and like every time I see one, I just want to send it to you and go, "I need you to take me. Pick a
We need
weekend.
to
I will
go.
drive out here. We need to go now." But like
Yeah.
I saw one about like the opening weekend
Oh, I know. I
for the
saw
One
that.
Piece Cafe, and I'm like, dang,
Yeah, I saw the
like
lines for that, and I was like, that is crazy.
dedicated, dedicated, my
Dedicated.
friends.
I
I don't
could
know if I
never.
could do that in the Arizona sun, so or the
Yeah, no,
well
not
in
God.
the Vegas sun.
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is basically the same thing. I mean,
it's the
it's just
same
hot.
air.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's the desert sun.
It's
Like
yeah, it's hot.
yeah. But yeah, so we definitely need to go to that, and then we can do a podcast episode about it and a vlog
Oh, that'd be
because
fun. Yeah.
it would be so much fun.
We'll just make a weeb day. There's so many like weeb things you can do in Vegas too.
I
Like there's
know.
so like if you're a weeb and you're ever in Vegas, there's like a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah, we gotta go. We should do that sometime over the summer.
Yeah.
My boss won't like the fact that I'm going to take PPTO, but he can deal with it.
Oh,
I work too much anyways.
I saw this meme and it was like it was so funny. It was like we'll give you unlimited PTO but make you deathly afraid to use it.
Oh my
And
gosh,
I was like,
yes.
yeah, I feel that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, last year I actively was just using my PPTO days left and right cuz I remember like a few years into my job and I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I should use my PPTO." My dad's like, "You won't earn PPTO faster than you could ever spend it unless you get like sick, right?"
Yeah.
So, like last year, I was like, "You know what? I'm going to use as much PPTO as I want for whatever I want." And I still got paid out for hours unused. That's how much I worked last year. I still got paid because they pay you out if you have over, I think it's over 80 hours.
Oh
They
wow.
pay you out for it. So I still ended up with over 80 hours while trying to actively use all my PPTO. I think this year might be the first year ever that I got paid out like $200, $300. So it was a lot of money. But I think this year I might actually not get paid out for it because I did use my PTO for when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
But I was also in the hospital, so that's the other way I am gonna end up not getting paid out for my PTO.
Either way, it's
But
just
yes,
it's
I gotta come out. We gotta do all the weeb things,
yes,
spend all the money,
absolutely.
and have a great time. But yeah,
It's
I
gonna
keep
be a very
saying it's a
weeb
weeb
summer.
weekend. Yes,
Yes.
summer. It's definitely a weeb central summer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I keep getting ads for it, so we should really do that soon because
Yeah, we
otherwise I
should.
might cry. You guys get me into 2 anime series and I'm already all in.
I mean, that's how it goes. Once you're in, you're in. Like you
Yeah,
can't. There's
the door is
no.
shut. You will not be
Yeah.
leaving at all. Also, speaking of, so the other anime that I have seen so far is Attack on Titan, which we've done 2 episodes. I feel like
I
it
think
was one episode. Is it
one
two?
or two. We might
I
have
don't know.
done
We've done
two. I
episodes
don't know.
before. Um, but I still haven't watched any further. I'm still on season 2, but I am understanding the obsession with Levi.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, my Pinterest homepage be wild. Like,
Wait till you get to season 3. Like the beginning of season 3,
yeah,
when you see Levi, you're gonna be like, All right.
I'm gonna
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
I get it. Okay. Like, cause it's like, I think it's the first episode. They have like an insane, like, Levi scene.
Yeah.
And I love Mappa Studios, but Wit Studios did such a good job on, like, I don't even know how to, like, describe it because it's not like cinematography, right? Because it's
Mhm.
fucking it's animated.
Yeah.
But like the way that they like their camera, quote unquote
Yeah.
camera angles, Wit does such a good job. Like you'll see he wears like a gray shirt, like a gray,
Mhm.
like a ooh, chef's kiss, so good. Let me know when you get to that because it's beautiful.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure I will blow up your phone no matter what time of the night it is, going, "Oh my god, I'm dead. Please help me." But anyway, so like cuz I always pin my Pinterest honestly is mostly like makeup ideas and memes and pictures of cute boys. Okay? That's my Pinterest.
Yeah,
So now that I've been
mine is like makeup.
pinning stuff that is related to anime. I get all, especially One Piece, I get all of the anime boys showing up and like people like post their art and stuff on Pinterest. So I'm getting a lot of like beautiful art styles and I had one come up the other day of Levi in a black hoodie with tattoos up his neck and I was like
Yes. Oh,
this is very Noah Sebastian of him. And if you guys have been here for
yes.
like the last couple episodes, both Casey and I, obsessed with Bad Omens, obsessed with Noah Sebastian in particular. And I sent this to Casey, and Casey was like, "You want to know a fun fact?" And her and I love fun facts, right? She's like,
Yeah.
Noah Sebastian actually cut his hair that way because of Levi." And I literally felt like I got hit with lightning in that moment. And I'm just like, I can't handle that information. And it makes the obsession so much worse for both Noah Sebastian and Levi.
Yeah, because now every time you see that,
Yeah,
either of them, you're gonna be like,
yeah.
mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm,
And you know I
mm-hmm.
be on the Tumblr looking at fics. Every time there's one of a Levi, I'm only gonna picture Noah Sebastian. And I'm just like, I can't handle this. How am I living?
It's it's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Deceased. Hashtag
Yep.
deceased.
It's
It's
so
so good.
good.
Hashtag deceased.
All the chef kisses in the world. Ugh. But yes, gosh. Anime. I'm so sorry it took me
Yeah.
so long.
You
But
know
I'm
what?
here now.
It's better
Yeah.
late than never, you know?
But yes. Let's see. What else? Oh, I wanted to say, did you ever watch the show The Bear on Hulu?
No, but it is on my watch
Uh,
list, like everything else
you need to
is.
watch The Bear. It's for one, it's a really good show. Two, the main guy in it who was in Shameless as Lip. He's very pretty.
Mm-hmm,
He's
mm-hmm.
very pretty in this show. Also, oh my gosh, what is his name? John Berthenol, who plays the Punisher in Netflix's version of the Punisher. He is also in The Bear as Lip's older brother. And it's just beautiful people. Also, Jamie Lee Curtis is in season 2. She's amazing. There's
Oh,
so many
that's kind of
amazing
cool.
people in the show. The acting is superb, but we're getting a new season. I believe it was July.
This is gonna be the summer for
Oh
TV.
man, you have no idea. I am so excited. Oh no, it's
I'm super
June.
excited. The summer,
June, the
okay.
end of June.
Ooh, that's
The
coming
Bear
up.
season 3. Oh my gosh. You know what though? Like I feel like you might feel this too. I feel like if you've worked in the service industry in any capacity, season 1 will give you like panic attack because of how
No.
high stress everything is. And like I was just like I could feel like my heart racing the whole time and I'm like what the heck? But it's just like they captured the stress of working in a kitchen so well that
Mm-hmm.
you're just like you're getting like secondhand anxiety. Like after certain episodes I'm like, "Oh man, I need a break." Like that was a lot. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
super good. It's such a good show. So, definitely hop on that because amazing. And I definitely want to talk
Yeah.
about season 3.
I hate the summertime, but there is going to be a lot of good things in the summer. I just have to push past the miserableness I'm going to be feeling. I'm already miserable and it's not even
But
that
here's
hot
the
yet.
thing: when there's so much TV and stuff that you get to close the blinds, close the curtains, crank that AC up, and sit on the couch. And when somebody texts you, "Why
Yeah.
aren't you going outside?" you say, "It's too hot. I can't. I have to stay
Yeah.
inside."
I can't.
I will literally
I don't like to be
burn as soon
outside.
as I step foot outside the door. So I'm not going to do that.
No, thank
Casey
you.
will be spending plenty of time in August outside because pretty much the whole week that she will be at my
Oh,
house, we will be outside.
whew, man, that's going to be. I'm going to have to bring like a Mister bottle or something. Lots of water, lots of ice, lots of,
We're just
you
gonna
know.
put you in like a tent that you have to carry around so that you're just
Yeah.
constantly in the shade. We don't want you to burst into
Yeah, pretty
ash.
much. Oh, gosh, I hate the summertime. I don't know the people that like the summertime, like
Yeah.
you,
I love.
psycho.
Well, yeah, we already established that I am a psycho, in fact, but you are also a psycho, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's why we're friends. But yes, and then also, did you ever watch? Which you probably haven't because it's not really your kind of show. But Emily in Paris on Netflix,
Mm-mm.
also super good. I liked it mainly because like Emily is like around our age, so she's not just like this girl coming right
Mm-hmm.
out of college and going to Paris kind of thing. Like she's closer to 30 than she is to 20. Um, very drama, very rom com esque, but we're getting the new season of that as well. And
Oh my gosh, so many
I
new
know, and
shows.
like, I don't remember exactly what happened in the season finale. I just remember there was so much drama happening in the last episode that I'm eager to see if they're gonna pick up like right where that episode ends or if they're gonna time skip a little bit, but I'm so excited to see what happens with all these
Mm-hmm.
characters. And then also
Yeah.
August, we're getting the final season of the Umbrella Academy.
That's in
Yeah,
August?
August 8th.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for
I don't
that.
either, but honestly, like last season was kind of meh. So
Yeah, last season wasn't the
season 1
best.
and 2, delicious. Season 3 was a little, but I'm excited to see because they're gonna be obviously wrapping everything up. So I'll be interested to
Mm-hmm.
see if what they do with it. So much possibility.
Ooh, we should do an Umbrella Academy series. That'd be
Yes.
fun. I love that show.
Yeah,
That's a good show. That's a good
I love
show.
that show as well. So many good
And
characters.
I'm not just I used to when that show first came out, I used to tell people like, listen, I know because Gerard Way wrote
Yes.
that comic in that show. Um and so I was like, listen, I know I'm going to sound biased, but it's so good. Like, I know I'm not. I know. Listen, I know because I'm obsessed with MCR. I love Gerard Way. I have like Gerard Way drawings tattooed on me, but it's so good, and it is. It's amazing. I love number 5
5 is my
so much.
favorite. The sarcasm, the coffee addiction, it just speaks to my soul.
And I'm gonna want to rewatch
Yeah.
that.
And I also love the music that they pick throughout that show as well.
Oh, I know it's so good. Oh my god, now I'm so excited. I
Yeah,
can't
I think
wait.
the only character that bothers me most of the time is Allison.
Oh my god, I can't stand
Yeah, I
Allison.
just like first season, I'm like, oh god. And then it just like it hasn't gotten any better. I still just roll my eyes every time she opens her mouth. I'm just like, I can't with you.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Like literally go away.
Yeah, we should definitely do a Umbrella Academy series. That'd be fun.
Yes.
We still have to finish our Stranger Things series. We have a
We've
lot. We have a
we've
lot. Just you know what? At this point, you need to. If you're not subscribed, you do need to because we
absolutely
have a lot.
so many
Listen,
things planned.
this this year for content is like unmatched. Okay, we've got stacks
Yeah.
of stuff coming.
Yeah, and we're the kind of people that just like to have multiple balls rolling at the same time. We can't just
Yeah.
focus on one series and then do that and then complete it. We have to have like 5 different things happening at the same time.
Which keeps you on your toes,
Yes.
so
And explains a lot about how our brains work and why we're really good friends. 'Cause we are exactly the same.
yes.
But
Mhm.
also I didn't expect us to be already talking for this long, which is pretty good considering we had no plan.
It's
We're
yeah.
just like, let's talk about
Yeah,
stuff.
we've yapped for almost an hour, so I mean at this point you might as well follow
Yes.
us.
Oh, have you watched any movies letely? That was the one thing I wanted to bring up because I've actually seen a couple movies lately. No.
No.
Well, I will talk about what I've seen then. I today actually just watched Anyone But You because it's currently on Netflix. I always meant to see it in the theater, but then hospital happened, so I didn't get to see it in the theater. But it's a
Mhm.
rom com. It's based on a Shakespeare play called Much Ado About Nothing. Um, and it was amazing. I love me a good rom com, and I feel like for a while, like if you're, I would say like a tween to young adult in the early and mid 2000s, rom coms were everywhere. So if you liked rom coms, I mean, there was a plethora of rom coms to choose from and good rom coms, not just bad rom coms. And I feel like recently,
Mhm.
a lot of rom coms have tried to be like super. I hate the word woke, but like super woke, like it's in your face. Like, women, I get like women don't need a man and whatever, but sometimes it's just fun to have a nice love story because
Yeah, just a nice little
yeah,
rom com every
they're meant
once in
to
a
be
while.
fun, not meant to be super serious. That's why it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah,
Comedy is in there.
right.
If you wanted it to be super serious, then it would just be a romance movie. But I feel like the
Exactly.
art of the rom com was kind of lost for a while, and Anyone But You definitely has brought that back. Glenn Powell, who, if any of you have seen Top Gun Maverick, is the one who plays Hangman. He's very pretty. He is
Mhm.
shirtless a lot in this movie, and we get to see a lot more than just the torso of him, which was beautiful. And then for the gentleman out there, Sydney Sweeney is in this movie. You get to see
Ooh.
all of her. Um, and their chemistry together is literally off the charts. Like, I haven't seen that good of chemistry since basically J Lo's run of romantic comedy movies that she was in. Like her and Matthew McConaughey, beautiful, but Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney together, off the charts. Like
10
10
out
out
of
of
10.
10, chef kiss. I love the whole cast of this movie. It was great. A lot of it takes place in Australia, which I thought was fun. I feel like we don't really do a lot of things where stuff takes place in Australia. I feel like a lot of romantic comedies
Mhm.
are like Manhattan and
Yeah, I was
New
thinking like New York.
York, LA, maybe like a little Scotland here and there. But it was really fun for it to be on Australia. But also like it takes place like most of the movie is at there's a couple getting married and it's at one of their parents' houses, and the house in that movie is absolutely insane. It's huge. But it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend. It is currently on Netflix. Um,
Ooh, I'll have to check it out.
yeah, and I think it's an hour 43 or something like that. So it's not super long and it's not super
Mhm.
drawn out. Again, super funny, super good. So I highly recommend that. And yes, I do
I'll have to
understand
check it
I'm
out for
way late
sure.
to the party because that movie came out in like December of last year. So,
But you had an excuse, so it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. But yeah, and then I also saw which I feel like I probably mentioned in the last episode. was the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is yeah,
Yeah, I think you
yeah.
did.
So I don't
Mhm.
think that's available for streaming quite yet. It will be soon, but I also highly recommend that if you like war movies and big burly men covered in blood. Then if you like those things, watch it. Also, if you like spy
Then this is a
movies.
movie for you.
But yeah, that's all I've seen recently. Besides, oh, and I started rewatching Supernatural.
That's
Yeah. To
shocking.
be fair, I haven't like watched any episodes of Supernatural for like almost like 4 months. So, yeah, be impressed.
Wow.
But I love Dean Winchester too much to not watch Supernatural all the time.
Mood. Mood.
Alrighty. I think we're good for this episode. You?
Yeah. I think so. I think that if you want to hear all about the stuff we've talked about today in more detail, then follow us because we have a lot. Like I've said this a lot, but we do have a lot of
Yeah.
stuff coming up. We have a lot of very exciting
Yeah.
things coming up.
For sure, for sure. And the more people that subscribe and want to see our content wherever you're listening to, the more time we can hopefully dedicate to this podcast. At least I would love to eventually start doing more than one episode a week, but we got to have you guys backing us so that we can do cool stuff. And so don't
Mhm.
forget to follow us everywhere, wherever you're listening. Make sure to subscribe for all of the very chaotic content that we come out with on a weekly
Yes.
basis. Also, if there's anything you guys want us to talk about or to look into or things you're excited about, send us a message, leave us a comment, send us an email. So that way we can kind of talk about things that you guys are watching or seeing or think that we should watch or see. And I think
Mhm.
I'm done blabbing at you. So we will see you guys in the next episode. So
Bye.
bye.